Revenge films.
My name is Emily, and I help my father-in-law manage the family business while living with my husband, Mike, along with his parents and his younger sister. Mike works tirelessly to eventually take over the company, and since our marriage, I've been there to support him. However, while we work hard, his mother and sister do nothing productive. They just laze around the house without contributing. Although Mike's mom is a stay-at-home wife, she doesn't cook or clean, leaving it all up to me. And his 25-year-old sister, Amy, shows no interest in working or even helping out at home. Instead, she spends her days watching shows and takes her frustrations out on me, often complaining that it's too crowded now that I'm around. Mike himself has often complained about how they rely on his father's income without contributing, but feels unable to say anything. One day, while I was doing chores, Amy suddenly stormed in, yelling, "Hey, where's my favorite figure? What did you do with it?" She accused me of throwing it away and kept insisting, even though I hadn't touched it. "You threw it away, didn't you?" Finally, frustrated, I raised my voice and said, "I told you I don't know." She snapped back, shouting, "Get out of here, you parasite!" I couldn't hold back any longer, and I said calmly, "Are you calling me a parasite? Have you looked in the mirror?" Amy screeched and threw a kettle from the table at me. It spilled hot water on my arm, and I had to go to the hospital for treatment. When I told Mike what happened, he came with me to the hospital and was furious.
"What you did was a crime!"
Linda came into the room, trying to stop the argument. "What's all this noise about?" she asked. Amy immediately spun the story. "She threw away my figurine, so I got back at her, then she played the victim." Once we got home, he confronted Amy, yelling. Their mother stepped in to defend her, blaming me, saying, "How dare you act superior when you're just his wife?" They were still shouting when Mike's father came home. Quietly, he just said,
"Stop it! Let's eat!"
His calmness struck me as strange. Normally he's strict about fairness, yet here he didn't even scold Amy or his wife. Mike was confused too.
Dad's behavior was weird. He's usually the first to stand up for what's right.
The next day, with my burn still hurting, I stayed home from work. Mike's mom had gone on one of her frequent trips, leaving Amy and me alone. I tried to avoid her as much as possible, resting to catch up on sleep. In the afternoon, I woke up to the sound of someone entering the house. Surprised, I walked into the living room to find Mike's parents there. His dad calmly handed his wife a document and said,
Sign this.
It was a divorce paper. She started making excuses, claiming she just ran into an old friend. But her face betrayed her. Amy walked in, saw the scene, and panicked. "What's going on? Divorce?" It turns out that Mike's dad had been suspicious about her frequent trips and had discovered she was cheating. He'd even followed her to the airport and caught her with another man. Now he'd had enough. He said,
Take Amy and leave.
Amy, however, insisted on staying, saying, "I'm not leaving with her." Mike's dad turned to her and said,
You've been freeloading off your brother and treating his wife horribly. You're not welcome here.
Ignoring her protests, he made her pack up and leave. Mike's mom pleaded, saying it was a momentary lapse in judgment, but her affair had involved someone from the company's partner firm, which could harm the business. His dad firmly refused to forgive her, and she left crying and taking Amy with her. Mike's father had actually been planning this divorce for a while, ever since he'd noticed her behavior. Amy's attack on me only solidified his decision. After they left, we started living a more peaceful life. With fewer expenses, we were able to go on family trips more often. And I even became pregnant with our first child. When our daughter was born, Mike's mom begged to meet her, but Mike refused. He wanted nothing to do with her or Amy after what they'd done. Mike's father, now happier and more relaxed, doted on our little girl. Without their freeloading influence, our home feels much happier, and I can finally appreciate the peaceful life we've created. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you next time.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.